Hi again everyone, Jackie here from jmccreates.blogspot.co.uk, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator for the UK, and I live in Northern Ireland. And I don't really have a prototype for you today because this is like version 5 and I wasn't happy with it, so I was just putting bits together, but I finally think I'm happy with what I've come up with. I was looking for a photo album, a flip photo album for some photos recently. Just a handbag sized one, but then the photos you have to cut them down small and that, and it wasn't very realistic, so I totally changed it and decided I didn't want one just any size. I wanted one that actually fitted decent sized photos. So I gave up, went back to the drawing board, and now I'm hoping I've got it right. But you know what they say, hoping and doing are two different things. Right, so where shall we start? Look, please notice version 5 or 6, I give up. But I think I've got there in the end. So anyway, this is the size they're going to be, the actual where the photos sit, and I thought that was a more realistic size for them. So what I've used for this one is white Whisper White Petal Passion papers, and that's it. That was easy. No, that's not it. There's a new stamp, or new punch coming out from Stampin' Up on the 1st of June, and can't remember what it's called. So anyway, and it punches out a wee fancy corner. I used that on the corner of all the mats. Okay, so let's give you the instructions. For your chipboard, you need 2 pieces that are 6 3/4. 6 3/4 times 5.5. 6 3/4 times 5.5, and it's going to go that way. Okay. Then you need 1 piece that is 6 3/4 times 1 1/4. This bit. That's those 2 bits. Right. You see the way I've got post-it notes stuck to everything. Outer paper. Outer. Oh yes, those are my papers for my layers. I'll just put those to the side for now and stick with the basic, what do you call it, whatever it is, who cares. Yes, chipboard. Shut up, Jackie, and get on with the program. Right, waterfall elements, that's these bits, and they have to be 5 times 4 3/8, and you score the short side at 3/8, and you need 12. Okay, and then the mats for those are 3 3/4 times 4 3/4, and you need either 12 or 24 depending on whether you're doing one side or both sides. I think I've done both sides. Now this outer paper for our chipboard, I have so many different sizes, I don't know where I'm coming. Oh yes, those 2 match, 8 by 8 3/4, overlap at 1 inch. Right, you need 2 pieces of 8, and I'm using white because I'm using black and white for this. So 2 pieces that are 8 by 8 3/4. Now which goes where? Does that go there? Yes, that goes there like that. So, and you want to overlap them like that, about 1 inch. I've got the wrong Wait a minute. I needed a clean bit of inches paper because this says I have to overlap this by an inch, and I just want to check it out before I do it, that it's working right, because I haven't actually put this one together as of yet, this version. This might be a long video. So, patience is required. Right, and then, like this. Right, so that works pretty much, anyway. Right, do you know what you want to do then? You want to mark an inch. Right, an inch as a guide. This is just a light guide of where you're to line your paper up to help you get your chipboard in the right place. So, trust my poor wee grandson to get sick on the days when we actually get some decent weather in Northern Ireland, the wee critter. So, I knew rightly he was getting sick. He stays here every Saturday night, and he fell asleep on his granda's knee at 4 o'clock. And that's just, TJ is 4.5, and he has enough energy normally for 4 kids, so he has. Right, and now I'm going to mark and overlap a mark and make a mark in here. And overlap so that these just have to be light. They're just guides. They're going to guide me as to where to stick this stuff. Oops. Don't be at it, as my sister would say. Don't be at it. Okay. Do you know what the town I live in used to be called? It used to be called Cowtown, because we used to have a Saturday market for cows. No, it hasn't. We haven't had one like in cheapers 20 years. But that's what they used to call Ballymoney Cowtown. Right. That's not. Try and get it to do the business. Line it up top and bottom. It's not easy. But anything worthwhile never is. Right, so then we're going to stick our chipboard on here, like this. This is the most time consuming bit. It's getting everything right. Asseyez-vous s'il vous plaît. You see that? I have too much gap there, so I could have cut a bit, so I can cut a bit off that. That's what I mean, as I hadn't done this version before and I wasn't sure if the paper was right. So, but at least that's easy, cut a bit off. It would be worse if I had too little. Better to have too much than not enough. So anyway, I stuck my chipboard down. Okay, let's hope that works. So I went ahead and I stuck my chipboard down, right? And this is where I had marked the inch at, and you can see that that was not needed. So I took 1/2 inch off. So basically for your wrap, you need one piece that is 8 3/4, and you need one piece that is 7.5 by 8 3/4, and you overlap it 1 inch. And that should work out perfectly, right? Now next, all you need to do is fold that up round there as best you can, and get your bone folder and encourage it gently. To go where it's meant to be and to stay there. Okay? Oh, I nearly forgot to cut my corners off. Oh, where's my scissors? I nearly forgot to cut my corners off. So if you cut your corners off and you just leave about 1/8 of an inch from there, about 1/8 of an inch there, okay, and then you're going to glue that down. Okay, gosh, it's warm, let me tell you. And warm in Northern Ireland is one of the rarest phenomena. So the whole world and their neighbours off for a bank holiday weekend, and the whole world and their neighbours out in their back gardens. I never smelt so much barbecue smoke in all my life. Of course, my poor husband is on nights, but he's not a sit out in the sun kind of person anyway. He enjoys it and he loves it when we go on holiday, but he's the burn type. Whereas I'm the brown type. I brown easily, and he burns easily. Right, more glue on the other side and just repeat. Now, when you're using white card, you have to be careful. You don't want to make it all dirty, especially when you're using wet glue. It can be extremely sticky. And all I'm doing is, this is the gap where the books will fold, and I'm just persuading that to go in there very gently. And then I'm going to do the same at the bottom. and you'll see you get a nice edge. Okay, right, I'm going to stick this another one down and I'll come back to you. Okay folks, I have a bit of paper here that is 6 5/8 by 3 inches and 2 bits that are 6 5/8 by 5 1/4, and I'm putting the first one in along the center of the spine. Okay, and then I am making sure that I run my bone folder in where the fold will be before I actually stick this bit down so that it can move. Okay, and you're doing that on both of them, right? So that your album will fold up like that. Right, and then you're going to put your other 2 bits on the sides. And I'm only leaving about a 1/16 of an inch at the top and the bottom. Okay, and all you do is overlap them. Now these are running 2 different ways because this is all the paper I had left after messing up about 10 times. So it won't really matter. It won't matter a skiddly widdly wink. Gosh, it's warm. So because of the TIS disaster, I have been living on ice cream on Weetabix for a week, so I was. Good job it was warm enough to eat ice cream all the time. Right. And that's the inside of your album done. Okay. Then you have 2 more papers for the outside and the spine, and they are 6 1/2 times 5 1/4. You need 2, and for the spine you need 6 1/2 times an inch or 1 1/4 inches, depending. I haven't decided yet. I think I've cut this to 1 1/4 inches, and if it's too wide I'm going to take it down one. Okay, so they're going to go on there, like that. Right, so I'm back. I had to print something for my door for take. Anyway, I have gone ahead and I've stuck the outside pieces on, and I went with the 1 1/4 inch piece. Okay. And I must remember to keep all these instructions for when I make my blog post. Outer papers, chipboard. So we decided that was going to be 7. That was going to be 7 times 8 3/4. You needed 1. And then you needed one that was, that one was 7 1/2. I'm a liar. And then 8 times 8 3/4. You needed one of those two. Right, so we decided for the outer paper 8 times 8 3/4, 7.5 times 8 3/4. Right, I'm happy with that now. Okay, another one. Right, and that's for the outer papers, for layers. Okay, what is next? We ask ourselves. This is next. Our, what do you call it? Our waterfall bits are next. Right, 4.5 by 5 they were. Okay, or 4 3/8 by 5, sorry. And you put them in on the short side and you score at 3/8. And you do that with all 12. Okay, and you're just going to burnish that down. Then your mats for that are 3 3/4 times 4 3/4. Okay, and I rounded the corners and used the punch, and I'm just going to stick them on. Okay, and you do that. You can either do one side or both sides. If you do one side, you could put journal in on the other side, but I think I am going to use this for my wedding photo flip album for some of them. So then when you've done that, the next bit is to get them all in as straight a line as possible. Now you can stick them straight in there, but it's difficult to keep them straight. They tend to wander off a little bit. So what you do then is you make a waterfall guide, and you make 2 of these, and they are 3 3/4 times 4, no, waterfall guide and layers. Waterfall guide is 5. This is the one I want. 5 times 2 1/4, and you score at every 3/8. So short side, 3/8, 3/4, 1 1/8, 1 1/2, and 1 7/8, and that's all you do. Okay, then you start to stick your layers on there, and you take your time, because the more time you take, the more accurate they look. And if you're pernickety like me, it's much better. Right, and just try and get them under the score line, just to sit slightly under that score line. Okay, like that. And you do it from the bottom up. Okay. And just make sure they're nice and straight. You see the way that's wandering off just ever so slightly. Okay. 1 2, skip a few, 99 100. That's what I used to say when I was teaching Tyler to count. He was playing hide and seek. 1 2, skip a few, 99 100. Here I come. I used to take Tyler to the forest, and play hide and seek, and we used to mark the trees and come back and see then where we had been, and he used to be really into nature and stuff. But now all he's interested in is football and PlayStation, or Real Madrid. Ronaldo, football and PlayStation. I think it might be in this order: Ronaldo, Real Madrid, football and PlayStation. I think that's what his main interests are now that he's 9. I'll never forget the summer 3 years ago when I got stung. Oh my God. Poor wee Baba. It was horrible. And he says to me, why did the wasp not sting you instead of me? And I said, I don't know, darling. I wish I had a. The joys of summer. But bees are a necessary evil. So do not kill them off. Too much nature stuff is getting killed off. I remember being young and running through the fields of barley, watching the tractors dig up the potatoes in the potato fields, going and jumping the burns in the winter time. You know, there was no such thing as staying in. If you stayed in, you were something wrong with you. The only time I stayed in was at night time, when I used to take a book to bed about 8 o'clock with some tea and toast and read half the night. And then during the day you just ran all day. Children could do with that a lot more these days. Right, so there we go. I've just been blithering on while I'm doing that. And that is your waterfall then. Okay. Now, the next bit is to put it in here. Okay, there's another one. I'm keeping all them. So that when I make, because if I tend to throw them away and then I go to do my blog post and I think, oh my word, what were the measurements? And I have to start measuring all over again. And that is so not nice. Right, so I am putting glue on this bit here. And going to line it up in the middle as best I can. Brute force and ignorance. Press it down as hard as you can. Okay. Right. And then you could put another photo there, you see. So that way you would get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 26. Right, so that one's on there. And this one is going on the opposite side. And that is the basis of our album put together. All bar the photos and the decoration. Okay. Right, I think that looks good to me. Okay, and all I am going to do now is keep those. I have die cut out a white glitter card, and I want to put celebrate which I broke when I was taking it out. And celebrate. And I found this little camera in a die. And I'm going to use these to decorate the inside when I've put my photos in. To celebrate you. This is just a die I have for my stash that says you and me in it. Except I can't find the E. Anyway, you get the idea. You'll see the picture once I've finished it. All stuck down, celebrate you and me. So that is it for my project today, slightly more detailed and involved. Hope you liked it. I'd love you to give me a thumbs up, subscribe and come back for more. Till next time, Jackie out.